Good morning. One of the things I love about reading the Bible, and particularly reading Paul's letters, is when I get a glimpse into Paul that feels very ordinary, feels very much like me, very much like my life. And sometimes it's not necessarily something that makes him seem like a super apostle, but rather someone that can really understand what it's like in the ups and downs of my shoes and your shoes. The end of chapter 1 goes like this, from verse 15 to verse 18 of 2 Timothy. You are aware that all who are in Asia turned away from me, among whom are Phygellus and Hermogenes. May the Lord grant mercy to the household of Onesiphorus, for he often refreshed me and was not ashamed of my chains. But when he arrived in Rome, he searched for me earnestly and found me. May the Lord grant him to find mercy from the Lord on that day. And you well know all the service he rendered at Ephesus. When I read that, I think about your lives, I think about my life, and how we often sometimes have a sense of abandonment. We feel like people may have turned against us, or we feel like people have left us behind. We don't feel as accepted as we once did. We feel a little alienated from people that maybe we hoped we would not be. And yet, God sends refreshment. God sends friends. God sends encouragement. God picks us up with other people. It's one of the great things about the community of Jesus, is that God uses his people. This is not an observation this morning or a thought for the day that is sort of rocket science. It's actually really, really basic. But boy, how important is it? I want to challenge you today to think both about someone who has come into your life and been like an Onesiphorus to you, who has refreshed you. Who has refreshed you when maybe you haven't been in chains, but maybe you've been in different circumstances, difficult circumstances, hardship of some kind. And that person just came along and they put wind in your sails. And I want you to thank them today. Maybe you could reach out to them and just let them know how much they encouraged you. And then I want you to think how you might be able to be an Onesiphorus for someone today. How might you be able to come alongside somebody who needs to know that you're for them, that you're available to encourage them, that you're a friend who can stick closer than a brother. May the Lord bless you today as you participate in and celebrate being a recipient of God's good community. Have a great day.